I want to talk about where we're spending a lot of time and where we are wasting a lot of time. So there are a lot of studies out there showing that Americans are spending a ton of time on social media. And it's one of those things that it's really easy to think, oh no, that's not me. I'm not spending that much time really. But if you're not already tracking how much time you're on social media, I highly encourage you to take a look. Most smartphones have a feature where you can track the time you're on apps, and it is very eye-opening and revealing. I use an iPhone, and it tracks how much time I'm on everything. So it's really easy to look and see. And when I started paying attention, I realized I am spending a lot more time than I realized. And that's just on my phone. And I do use most social media on my phone more than on the computer. Usually, if I'm just on the computer, I'm not scrolling social media. I am just posting things for my business. But on my phone, it's really easy to forget all the little times you check, and that time really adds up. So I challenge you to take a look in your phone settings for the feature to track your social media use, really any app use. I use it for other things besides social media as well. And if your phone for some reason doesn't have this option, there are apps that you can install to track as well. It's very eye-opening, and a lot of people I know who have realized how much time they're spending really realize that that's time they could be using in a much more efficient way, whether it's working on their business more, starting a new business, spending time with their family, exercising, having alone time, whatever it might be. And that can change day to day how you're going to use that extra time. But really pay attention to where you're spending your time on your phone. So when I first realized this, I set timer, like alerts for certain apps that I was spending a lot of time on. So like Facebook, I was able to set an alert. So if I have been using it for an hour a day, it gives me like a pop-up when I'm on the app saying, you've reached your time limit for the day, and I can extend it or I can ignore it. That's my choice, but it's that constant reminder. So I very rarely ignore it. I might say, remind me in 15 minutes if I'm trying to finish up some stuff, because I do a lot of my business connections on Facebook. So it's not always mindless scrolling, but it's really easy to end up mindless scrolling, even if you just went on to do business. So definitely pay attention to that. And another one as a business owner that I use a lot is Voxer. And I also set limits for myself on that. Now, of course, because my clients communicate with me on Voxer, I still have to check it. But sometimes I'm talking to my friends on Voxer. It's just a nice reminder to have that pop up. You've been on Voxer for an hour today. It's a nice reminder for me to pay attention to what I'm doing and where I'm spending my time and where my focus is to make sure I'm staying on track. So I highly recommend that you do this in your life. A lot of people I know also just straight up delete social media apps from their phone. And I've definitely thought about it many times. At this point, I am not quite ready. I could probably delete some of them, but again, because I do so much of my business on social media, I'm not ready to delete them from my phone. And if you use social media for your business, it's definitely something that might not be an option. But again, setting those timers and alerts and making sure that you're paying attention. So that's your small step for today, to just take a look in your phone, figure out where you can see how much time you've been spending. If the feature's turned off, turn it on and start paying attention to that. And then think about setting alert reminders to, shut it off at whatever time makes sense for you. I recommend an hour because that gives you enough time to connect with your friends and family and do some business stuff, but also without wasting too much time mindlessly scrolling on social media. So that's my challenge for you today. And I hope that is helpful and opens your eyes, even if it might be scary to see those numbers. But it also is kind of freeing. If you look and see that you are spending 3 hours a day on Facebook, well, that's 3 hours a day you could be doing something more productive. And, if you've been thinking about starting an online business or scaling your business, or, you've been wanting to take up a new hobby or whatever it is that you want to do, you want to start making time for you and your partner, you want to spend more time with your kids, regardless of what your need or desire is, you probably can find the time to make it happen if you really look at where you're spending your time.